Hello, my friends. Good afternoon. Welcome. My name is Karen Scott, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Edmonton, Alberta. And this is Karen's Stamp Pad. So today I'd like to show you a couple of cards that I've made. I'm going to be showing you how to make a shadow box card. So here's a couple of them that I've already done. And I was playing around with all the Christmas sweets or bundles, and this one is using the Santa Express, and you see how it opens up. It's a shadow box. So I just recently learned how to make one of these at an all-day retreat from my upline Karina Chin, and it's not as hard as it looks. So I asked her if she minded if I did a Facebook Live showcasing this, and she said go ahead. So thank you, Karina, and thank you for showing me how to do this. But so it closes up quite nice. You might need some extra postage if you're mailing it, and I put a belly band on it to hold it closed because I didn't use just basic white cardstock. I used the real red in this, and it is quite thick. So, and it just pops open if you see. So I made a belly band to put over top of it to hold it closed. So there's one. And then, so this was my first time playing with the Scotty Christmas Scotty stamp set and punch. So I also used the Gingham Cottage designer series paper for this, and it goes quite nicely with the plaid, and then open it up, and so using the designer series paper, the punch, I put the little Scotty dog in there, and what I've done to cut out, rather than just use a basic die, rectangle die, I've brought in the die from the Snowman stamp set and dies, and it has little snowflakes on it, so I thought that kind of added to it, almost looking in the window with snowflakes falling on the outside. But so that's that one. So the one I'm going to show you is using the Kindest Gnomes, and the so I'm going to show you how to cut and score the paper. And then everything else is all pre-cut. So let's bring in our paper trimmer, and I am using Balmy Blue. And so take your regular piece of cardstock, and we're going to cut it in half at 5 1/2. So, okay, and we want this one piece to stay that size. And we are going to score this one at 2 1/8. Give me a second. Put my measurements over there on the other table. Okay, so 2 1/8. Make sure I got it right. 2 1/8 and 6 3/8. 0, 6, 1, 2, 3/8. It's right in that gray area where the, yep. Okay, so then take your second piece, and we are going to cut on the long side down to 6 1/2. Okay, then we're going to move it over, and we are going to score I find it, pardon me, easier with my scoring tool. Okay, so we are going to score at 1/2 inch. So it's easier, I'm measuring it on this side. 1/2 inch. Then we're going to go, I'm going to flip it around and go 1 5/8. Then we're going to go 4 7/8. And 6. Okay. So that's all the scoring that you're going to need for now. And what I suggest you do is just score or burnish the edges just to hold it down. Looks a little off. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my die from my Snowman set, and I'm going to center it in there, and I'm going to run it through my die cut machine. So I've already gone ahead and done that. And not sure what I did with it, but I did it. There it is. Okay, so I've gone ahead and done it, so you can see it's cut out. And we are going to decorate it first and then piece it together. So I've gone ahead and pre-cut everything. Get rid of that we don't need. So how I'm going to, I don't know. Let's open up one of these and see. So as you can see on the inside, I have decorated the sides there, but I am also going to decorate the back. So I used a piece of the cardstock that came in the Memories and More Santa Express kit, and it says Let It Snow on it. And then from the Gnomes Designer Series paper, I cut out one of the deer and I put on a red nose for Rudolph. But so let's just set that here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a window sheet, and I've cut a piece of window sheet at 3 1/4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to put it on the back. And what that's going to do is just kind of make the snowflakes a little sturdier. So, you know, you can see I'm going to try and tack them down. So I'm going to bring in my Stampin' seal, and I'm going to put some just on the top and the bottom. And then I'm going to bring in my liquid glue. And what I want to do with my liquid glue is just put a little bit on my snowflakes. Don't put too much or you're going to have it bleed out onto your window sheet. But I want to hold these, I want them to be secure, because I found with the other ones they were kind of bending backwards a little bit. So just a few dots here and there. Okay, and place your window sheet on, press it down, and just give the glue a second to dry. Okay, so there we have our window that we are going to peek through. Okay, so what I've decided to do is take some of the gnomes designer series paper, and this is 5 3/8. Is it 5 3? 5 3. Sorry, 1 inch by 5 3/8. And I'm going to glue, I've got 2 of them, and I'm going to glue 1 on each side. Just use my liquid glue so I can maneuver it around. See, these are popping up. I may need to put some more glue on, but I didn't give it enough time to dry. Okay. So the next one of these that I'm going to make is using the all bundled up with the moose and the raccoon. Make one of those. Okay, I'm going to burnish these edges. Push down my snowflakes again. Okay, so let's bring in our back, and I'm going to put a piece of designer series paper on here. So this is 4 inch by 5 3/8. And that just gives us our backdrop. Okay. See how easy it's coming together. So now with the designer series paper, if you have the dies, you can die cut the gnomes and the mushroom, and just kind of put them. Ooh, the other thing I did was I put a snowbank down. So let me grab a piece of paper. Let's see if this is, no. So I'm going to cut a piece of paper down to I don't know why I want to, that is 4 inches. No, it's a little bit bigger than 4 inches. Should be 4 inches. Okay. Okay. Just cut it down slightly. And then, now, I'm just going to tear so it just looks like snow. You can emboss it if you like. I use the textured 3D embossing folder. It has a snow look to it, but right now you just don't want them standing in midair. So put some glue on there. Okay, put the mushroom down. So you can decorate it with whatever you like. It's going to have 1 foot on the snowbank and 1 in behind. There we go. Okay, so I want it up higher just so I can see, sorry, through the window. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to flip this over and we are going to decorate the front. So what I've done is just cut some basic white, and these are 2 inches by 5 3/4. And I'm just going to center them in the middle. So there's a little bit of a border. These are actually pretty quick to put together. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this together. So I'm going to put some, I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal just because it doesn't take so long to dry. And I'm going to put it on the 1/2 inch strips. And I'm going to take one side and try to line that up. Like that. Good. It's a little off. Okay. And then what I can do is close this side, put that one down, close this, and you've got your other side. Hopefully it works out better than than mine, but there we have it. Okay, so you see how it closes? Okay, so I have a bunny rabbit that I have cut out of the designer series paper too, and I'm going to put that and my greeting on the window sheet. So now we have a shadow box and we've got that 3D effect going on. So see, this isn't as hard as you'd think. It looks difficult, it looks intimidating, but it's not really. And after you do one, the rest is easy. Okay, I'm gonna put my greeting here. Okay, now the only thing we have left to do is our belly band. So that is coming along quite nice. Okay, close that up. And then I'm going to take, this is a 1 1/4 inch strip of designer series paper. So 1 1/4 by 12. I'm going to take it and just wrap it around. Now I want it so it holds it closed, but I don't want it too tight that I can't get it on and off. And I'm just going to cut a little bit off. Make sure you leave enough that you can adhere it. Okay. And then I went ahead and cut out, using my stitched shapes dies, a couple of circles, one in Pacific Point, because this is Pacific Point, and one in white. I'm going to stamp another sentiment on it and get myself another gnome to put on the front, throwing everything around. Okay, and I'm going to use 'Tis the Season from the Brightest Glow stamp set. It's got some nice Christmas sentiments. There we are. And I'm just going to offset that a little bit. Let's get my little thing of gnomes here. And I've gone ahead and taken a whole sheet and pre-cut a bunch. So I think I'll take him, put him on. And so it's just all your final touches on here now. And then I think I want some little gems on there. And I'm going to take my basic rhinestone gems and I'm going to color with my blends. A couple of them. Could have used that one too, but oh. Get your putty end of your take your pick tool. And there we have it. So we've got our finished card. And there you have it. So I hope now you realize that you know it's not so hard to do. And like I said, once you get the first one down, the rest come easy. So there's the ones that I have done today. And I hope you'll take the time to do one. It's I think they're quite cute. So thank you for joining me, and I will be back next week at 4 o'clock on Thursday. And until then, I hope you have a fantastic weekend and week ahead. So bye for now.